Good evening, fans, and welcome to the 2016 Ford CIF Southern Section Playoffs. We are here at Lawndale High School for the first round game in Division 2A between the hosting Lawndale Cardinals, Lady Cardinals, and the visiting Northwood Timberwolves. Northwood being out of Irvine, so they made a bit of a ride up to 405 tonight.
They sure did, but hey, it's ladies' night, so it should be a good game.
Speaking of it being ladies' night, fans, we got to tell you, this is a historic night here in the city of Lawndale for girls basketball. All three teams are in action tonight. The Cardinals, who we'll be seeing tonight, hosting at home, losing or hosting at home as well. They're hosting Bellflower. And the Lady Cougars made the short trip over to Cerritos to take on the Cerritos Dons. So, McCall, your assessment of what this means for girls basketball to have them at the playoff level now?
Well, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. And for us to be able to broadcast this game, it's also great for the girls who are in 7th and 8th grade. They see the excitement. There's an atmosphere and a buzz, especially here in the South Bay, for girls basketball. The future is very bright.
Right. And as we talk about the two teams tonight, Lawndale comes in highly respected, 17-7 overall, ranked number 6 in Division 2A out of 42 teams. This team has a lot of respect.
A lot of respect, but they're well coached. Coach Gibson has done a fantastic job with them, and they have a core group of girls. Coach Gibson mentioned this in the pregame. He said, I've had the pleasure of coaching these girls from 9th grade. That's a luxury that a lot of coaches don't get. So he's got a core group of girls that really have the heart and play for him. That's always going to make a difference with girls basketball.
And if you scouted this Northwood team, they come in with a record of 11-14. But as I said to the coach, they're not to be taken lightly. They very easily could be 15-10 or better.
Let me tell you something. This team, Northwood, shoots a lot of three-pointers. All it takes is for a couple of three-pointers to go down, and they get hot, and the game gets very interesting. So that'll be a key for Lawndale tonight. Really control that three-point attempt from Northwood.
All right, well, there you hear the opening horn. We're ready for game action, fans, so stay right where you are as the Lady Cardinals take on the Timberwolves of Northwood High School.
Hi, I'm Donnell Beverly from the University of Connecticut, home of the 2011 National Championship Yukon Huskies basketball team, and you're losing your Olympians.
Beverly around the back, follow-away jumper, good, beautiful shot.
It wasn't too long ago that I was playing basketball right here.
I just want to thank him for having me here. I'm honored to play here.
And the Huskies are the top dog in 2011.
Winning the NCAA championship has always been a goal of mine, but so is getting a great education that will last me a lifetime. You can achieve your goals too. All you have to do is work hard and dream hard, and you can do anything you put your mind to.
All right, here we are, fans, at the Cardinals' nest. Again, as we mentioned, in a very special tonight. This is the first round of the Division 2A playoffs. And right now, we're going to have the starting lineups. Entering first for the Timberwolves is number 44, Bethany Murphy, followed by Jenna Huskinson. Their guard, Rebecca Yoshinaka. Laura Todd, and then their guard, Erica Matsusuyu. Erica, their leading scorer on the season.
And now, the starting lineup for the Lawndale Cardinals.
And here's who the fans are here to see, the Lawndale Cardinals. And let's welcome them to the floor.
Number 24, Lauren Burnett.
Lauren Burnett is the next one to come out. That was Tamsin Meatu, who came out first.
Jasmine Odie. And number 4,
Jasmine Odie comes out now, along with Taylor Hall. And Regine Crandell, or Regine, I should say, Crandell came out earlier. So that's the starting 5 for the Cardinals. And let's see how this unfolds.
Hey, it's ladies' night. I'm excited. It should be a good game.
Want to give special thanks to Demetri Howard, the athletic director, for supplying. The folks here have just been so gracious as they prepare for this first game. let me also take the opportunity to mention to you, well, first we'll have the national anthem.
Rufus, are you singing tonight?
Then the whole gym would clear out. Fortunately, they've got, I'm sure, someone much more professional than I.
I've heard you in the car.
What a beautiful rendition.
Absolutely.
We get to see a little of everything and hear a little of everything. I gotta say, that was one of the more special ones that I've heard.
Let me tell you, when I was playing, nothing got me more ready for the game than a really good national anthem performance. Kudos to that young lady.
And our officials for tonight's contest, two folks who are well known to me, Penny McGee. Penny will be tossing the ball tonight, and working with her is Ron Fleming, both of the Long Beach unit. Two veteran officials, I might add, two that I've studied under on the officiating side for myself. So opening tip controlled by Northwood, and right out the bat they have their first turnover because the ball was in the front court and passed into the back court.
Not good to start with a turnover that fast, but there's still plenty of game left.
Wow. Well, that shot put up and in. I got to tell you, our head was turned. Maybe we'll get a chance on the replay in a few minutes to see it. And nearly another turnover.
Burnett with a really nice jump shot. Beautiful jump shot by Burnett. Now Lawndale's already coming out with a very strong full court press, that 2-2 press. Let's see how Northwood can handle it. So far, not so good.
They do break it and get it into the front court. That shot from distance doesn't go. That one put up by Burnett, I believe that is for them.
Burnett's with a nice rebound.
Couple of inside looks by the Lady Cardinals. They can't convert. And now we're going to have a jump ball with the possession arrow favoring Northwood. Mentioned in talking with the coach the number of 3-pointers they took, and there was the first one.
Yeah, you live by the three, you die by the three. Hopefully tonight Northwood will be living by the three, but they do take a lot of three-point shots.
Foul on Kamsi Me Too will be her first, and going to the line to shoot will be number 32, and that's Huskinson.
Knocks down the free throw, no pressure at all. Beautiful form and everything. Now the key for Lawndale, if Northwood's going to shoot a lot of threes tonight, Lawndale needs to be prepared to get rebounds.
Wow.
They really need to make sure that they're boxing out and getting those rebounds.
And Huskinson knocks down a pair to make it a 3-2 ball game. Turnover there by the Cardinals going the other way. For the Timberwolves, they had an inside look, pulled it back out, and come up short with an air ball on the play. Applying defensive pressure all the way up the floor.
Let's take a look at this replay. Just a lot of contact coming down the floor. You got to give her some space. I give her a lot of credit for the effort, but sometimes you have to back off a little bit and just get into your stance.
That was Taylor Sue. Shot put up from the outside, doesn't drop, but offensive rebound taken by the Lady Cardinals. Risky pass, but they complete it. Still looking to get something going inside. That shot put up, it doesn't go. Rebound now down to the Timberwolves.
The Timberwolves are doing an excellent job of creating a difficult path to the basket down low.
Wow, and that shot put up and in by Matsusuyu. And as we talked to the coach for the Timberwolves, Coach Betancourt, he clearly indicated that she's one of his better players. And so now the score is 5-3 in favor of Northwood.
Matsusuyu puts up 31%, makes 31% of her three-point shots, so she's dangerous from behind the arc.
And there's yet another turnover right now. And Coach Gibson indicates that he wants a timeout right away, as he doesn't like what he sees, because I was about to comment, McCall, that we couldn't see, I couldn't quite tell what they were doing.
No, not at all. They haven't been able to get into a rhythm on offense, and to Northwood's credit, it seems like their guards are so scrappy and so active, they can't really get into their offense.
As you see on the replay there, pass over the head intended for Regine, I should say, Crandall.
And Regine is one of their best players. She's definitely going to have to get her head in this game if they want to come out victorious, but she's very much capable of doing that.
She averages 14 points on the season.
All right, Lawndale's coming out with this 2-3 zone, applying a lot of pressure up top of these guards. They've got to get out there on those three-point shots. Another rebound for Lawndale.
Well, when you go in that kind of traffic, you got to know what you're going to do with the ball. Possession arrow should favor the Lady Cardinals this time.
Once again, Northwood's guards are so active. Lawndale's having a very difficult time gathering themselves, getting their shot off with a level of comfort. A lot of space.
Wow. Let's see, what's the foul going to be here?
Definitely over the back. Definitely over the back. Let's take a look at this replay here. Now, off of my gut, I'm saying it's over the back. Looks like an over the back call. I mean, she's got a height advantage. So when you have that kind of height advantage, you have to be very careful to keep your hands up, have a little bit of space between you and that defender.
So that foul is given to Jasmine Odie.
Beautiful steal by Regine Crandall.
And yet another turnover
by the Lady Cardinals. We've got nearly half the quarter gone by, and right now score still stands at 5-3 in favor of Northwood, the Timberwolves.
I would have loved to have seen Reginae be a little more selfish on that play and just take it to the basket herself. Another three-pointer going up, and it's good. Yoshinaka with the three-point basket. A lot of space to make that one. Lawndale's got to get out there. Beautiful find by Crandall.
As she finds Mitu on the inside, Kamsi Mitu gets her first 2 points of the game. Travel there. Boy, you got to have your hands ready. Good feed to the interior, and it looks like it, which is what I would do. They're going to try to exploit Kamsi Mitu's size, but she's got to handle the ball first.
Yeah, and that's part of her game that's still developing. She's a very talented rebounder. Obviously makes it difficult for offenses to get shots off, but she's got to start incorporating a little bit more of her offensive skill. But active on that play, recovering the ball. Lawndale's coming down the floor. Let's see what they can get going. Beautiful cross-court pass.
Taylor Hall pushed it up. Now it goes over across court. Here's a drive to the basket. You're going to have a foul called on the play.
With the Euro step. Nelson with the Euro step to the basket.
From the looks of it, he gave that foul to Murphy. And that's Zaire Nelson at the line to shoot two. Misses the front end.
This is going to be big for them. This is playoff basketball, Rufus. Everything counts, including your free throws.
Wow, and she missed the pair. So the score stays at 8-5 in favor of the Timberwolves.
Yoshinaka's doing an excellent job of sizing up the defense before they're getting into their offense. Got to give them a lot of credit. Wow. Beautiful drive by Matsusuyu.
And Matsusuyu has 5 points here in the early going, and they've doubled up on the Lady Cardinals score 10-5.
Nice offensive rebound. Taylor Hall with the big-time offensive rebound and put back. You gotta love that. That's what the playoffs are all about.
Her first basket of the game makes it 10-7. Lawndale has only had one lead in the game so far. Now we've got a breakout. Let's see if they can convert this opportunity, and they do.
Nice finish by Zaire Nelson. I think the coffee's kicked in, Rufus.
Right.
I think they're awake.
Timeout taken by Northwood as Lawndale has stormed back to within one at 10-9 here on CityTV Sports in the first round game of the CIF Southern Section Division 2A playoffs. So your early assessment, I mean, at one point, Lawndale was down 8-3, so they've rattled off 6 straight points in the last minute or so.
Well, I definitely say that. For me, my early assessment is Northwood is not playing like the team that their record shows, right? This is a team that's coming off of 3 losses, and they are coming out fired up. I'm very impressed by the fact that they're not relying on their 3. They've also been able to take it inside. So my early assessment is Northwood has come ready to play. Another steal by Taylor Hall.
Air ball, Hall shot perhaps, well, in fact, it wasn't out of her range because she overshot the basket.
Exactly, it went over the basket. A little too strong. Too many protein shakes this morning.
Right.
She's got to get her touch, that's all. Loving the defense by Nelson. Loving the defense by Nelson out there on the wing.
12 left on the shot clock. They move the ball around the perimeter, flash it inside to their big player, and it's going to be, well, it's ball out of bounds. Actually, I thought it was tipped by one of the Lady Cardinals, but official on top of it says no. They just threw it away.
Well, it's very difficult to find an open man when you have a double coverage coming at you. Lawndale doubling their post down low.
Me Too has to be careful. She already has one foul here in the early going. Boy, they move the ball around the perimeter. They find the open person. There's a shot. It doesn't go. Good block by Me Too.
Big time block. Good heads-up play by Taylor Hall. Can't quite connect, but still a beautiful play.
Can't connect, and I think they've really got to attack the rim a little bit more. That shot put up is short, and that'll end the first quarter. So after one, our score here at the Nest, the Lady Cardinals trail by 1, 10-9. So I thought it was a good quarter. I think, as you said, looks like they got their feet back. And as we're going through this, Karen Bright is now in the house, and it looks like she's going to have a hit for us in just a moment. Hey, let's go over to Karen.
Message from the Lawndale bench was consistent that first quarter. Coach wants his squad to dial up the intensity. He wants to see his girls more physical and to be back a little more on D. Back to you.
Makes
Thank you,
absolute
Karen.
sense to me. Makes a lot of sense.
We definitely will, man. Okay. Well, ABC Anywhere is great. All righty. Hey, folks, they've just whispered in my ear, Karen Bright, whom you've known for the past couple of seasons, sideline reporter extraordinaire, is making a huge career move as she's going to join the American Broadcasting Corporation, otherwise known as ABC, up in Northern California in Eureka.
Hey, Eureka, it's a beautiful thing. Big congrats, very deserving. Shout out to Karen Bright.
So Northwood had possession to start the quarter. Once again, they turn it over. Now pushing it up as Grandel looks inside. Boy, they're getting those inside looks, and those are bunnies. You've got to convert those.
You have to make your shots down low, especially with a team that's not as tall as you. Lawndale has a huge height advantage over Northwood, but they're not showing it down low on offense at all.
Here you see on the replay, as the Northwood player was attacking the basket, now you got a turnover. That ball tipped out, no foul on the play. Shot up. Not many second chances for the Lady Cardinals thus far, but they are applying a lot of pressure. They're looking inside and looking for the open man, but they're throwing it to the wrong color so far.
Yeah, definitely the wrong color. And they're also giving up a lot of space on the three-point line versus Northwood. They've got to get up on these guys. Beautiful Euro step.
Whoa.
The Euro step with two
Wow.
steps. Let's take a peek at this replay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that.
And neither is Regine Crandos, and she's saying, hey, I've been doing that all season.
She's been doing that all season. The guys have been doing it all season. They're doing it in Europe. It's all the rage in Paris. I'm not sure about that call.
But one of the things about when you're in playoff basketball that players and coaches have to adjust to, and that is the fact that you have officiating crews by rule, which are from out of your area.
Absolutely.
So you have to get used to seeing a different kind of officiating.
I love that move by Reginae Crandall. She comes down, gets the defense stuck on her, and makes a nice spin to the middle of the lane to go to the basket. That's going to fall for her. She's got to keep making those kinds of moves. She's the most athletic on the floor. She's the most talented on the floor. Those shots will start to fall, but she's got to get a little more aggressive.
Okay, and that foul, the scoreboard doesn't show us, but that was a foul against the Cardinals. Now they're picking up about three-quarter court. They force the
still by
turnover.
Matu. Odie!
And Jasmine Odie with her first basket of the game makes it an 11-10 game.
I hope Odie's our leading scorer because I love saying her name.
And that's Lawndale's first lead of the game since early in the first quarter when they led 3-0.
Let's see if they can hang on to this. Sometimes all it takes is that break to get that momentum going. Reginae Crandall has a new level of focus in her eyes. Beautiful crossover to the basket. Signed, sealed, and delivered by Reginae Crandall. Beautiful move to the basket for the and one.
So scored a basket for Reginae
and a heads-up shot. Beautiful floater. Made sure to have a lot of space and air on that shot. Didn't want to risk the block. Let's see if she can get this free throw. And she does. That's big-time basketball. That's big-time basketball.
So now Lawndale has their largest lead of the game at 14-10, and they force yet another turnover. And this has to be what Coach Betancourt feared the most, was his team becoming a little bit unnerved here on the road.
Taylor Hall with a big-time offensive board, gets it back out to Nelson. Can't quite convert, but still, it seems like their offense getting going has also supported another level of their defense. They're way more active right now on the defensive end. Another defensive rebound by Taylor Hall.
And they're getting every loose board, it would appear. Okay, trying to feed it inside to Matu again. She has a little difficulty handling it. That'll be something they'll work on in the offseason.
Absolutely.
Is her hands. Boy, that three-pointer put up doesn't go, but it's going to stay with the Timberwolves.
Matu, the key for Matu and the key for Lawndale regarding getting her involved on the offense, it's all about the angle. You can't feed her too deep because then she's stuck. And the defense really collapses on Matu. For a player like Matu, she already has the height advantage. Make sure that you get her with the right angle, right position, and feed it to her quickly so she can go right to the basket.
So Northwood gets it in, but stepping out of bounds on the play was Jasmine Odie.
Let me tell you, that's the thing about wearing bright shoes. They can see where your foot goes. There's no getting around it when you got on shoes that bright.
Great camera work by the crew here at CityTV Sports. And
another steal.
Here's another turnover. Let's see if they can convert. That's, oh, wow. Okay, so they're going to call the player control foul goes against Zaire Nelson.
Nelson was definitely out of control, but I feel like that call could have gone either way.
Well, give credit to the Northwood player. She got there and stood her ground.
Definitely so.
And of course, an offensive foul goes as a turnover.
Now Northwood's post player is getting active down there. She's really calling for the ball. They'll have to start looking for her a little bit more because she's open. She's definitely open. And once again, Matu was open. They're just not finding her fast enough. They're allowing that defense to collapse on her with that second guess. But she's open down there. It's all about timing for Matu. It's all about timing. Beautiful pop.
Good shot put up and in by Zaire Nelson.
And that offensive rebound by Zaire Nelson, nobody was around her. Northwood definitely has to be more aware of where all the players are on the floor, because those offensive rebounds will eat you up.
As you saw, the shot put up comes off Nelson, an excellent rebounding position. She puts it up, scores the 2 points, and extends that lead now to 16-10. So this is another one of those runs. We've got 4:28. If we go back to the end of the first quarter, when the quarter ended 9-10, they've run off now 7 straight points against this Northwood team. Have held them scoreless, in fact, for the first 3.5 minutes of the second quarter.
I don't know about you, Rufus, but sometimes your nerves get the best of you. I'm thinking maybe it was just their nerves coming out, but I think they're settled now.
And I think you're right. I think it's a matter of nerves. It's a matter of, it's a playoff. This is a whole new ball game. This is a one and done game.
Absolutely. I know you don't get nervous, but the rest of us, sometimes we do.
Got to give Northwood a lot of credit. Pretty easy job of breaking the press by them. Obviously something they practice a great deal and they execute to perfection.
Great find by Northwood. Couldn't convert, but they have the offensive rebound.
So their one player, Bethany Murphy, who's number 44. She's 5'11". She's a senior. She's a captain and a center for this team.
Rebecca Yakanasha got that rebound over Matu. I'm thinking she's about 5'6", maybe 5'7". Those kind of rebounds can't happen.
Long shot equals long rebound. Crandell not quite anticipating the pass, so it goes in the books as a turnover. But as you can see the score there, 16-10, favor of the Lady Cardinals.
Risky pass, big time steal.
Wow, and a foul on the play. That foul by number 44, Murphy, Bethany Murphy, and that's going to be her second.
Now that's tough for Murphy. She gave up that turnover and gave up that steal. She's not really used to bringing the ball up the floor. I would have liked to have seen her dribble a little bit more and then pass.
So Jasmine Odie at the line. Misses the first. So she misses a pair.
Strong rebound by Murphy out of Northwood.
Now full court pressure being applied, and that leads to a turnover. And boy, that could easily have been the third foul on Bethany Murphy. And instead, Regine Crandell scores the basket. And so now you've got yourself an 18-10 ball game.
And this is a smart timeout by Northwood. With that kind of steal, with that kind of layup, and Crandall having that look in her eye where she's really focused and ready to go, you've got to stop the momentum right then, right there.
Coach Gibson and his coaching staff right now mighty proud of their girls. You're right. I can go back and let's watch a replay of that last one. There's a turnover that's committed by Murphy. Crandell in the passing lane.
Strong
and
to the
I got to tell you,
there could have been
a lot
a
of
foul.
contact.
There could have been a foul called on that one.
Could have been, but I think the officials saw, and there are a lot of things that you assess in the course of a play. And one of the things that they saw there was that the contact, if any, was incidental and obviously not enough to prevent her from scoring.
Right.
Score the basket, let's play on. pressure being applied again by Lawndale. Of course, there's no 10-second clock in girls basketball, even though there is a shot clock. That shot put up from distance doesn't go. That was by Matsusuyu.
Big time rebound by Taylor Hall. Another big time rebound. Let me tell you, Taylor Hall is doing an excellent job on the defensive end, getting those rebounds and pushing the ball up the floor. She has a great court sense and drive to get to the other end in the least amount of time.
And another inside look by the Cardinals doesn't go. I would say as we watched them and had this opportunity, one of the things that I'm sure in the offseason that they'll work on, you got to finish at the rim. You got to finish at the rim.
They're going to have to break out the pads during the summer. Rufus, do you know about the pads?
I don't know about the pads. I'm sitting there listening. Let's see who they give this foul against, boy. Wow. They give that foul against Bethany Murphy, and by my count, that's 3 on Murphy. We'll check that in the book, and we'll see if she comes out. Right now, Coach Betancourt not looking to make a substitute for her.
Northwood's bench has not been as productive as it should have been this season, so it's going to be hard for them to go deep into that bench. They're going to have to rely on their starters.
Wow. Once again, an inability to finish at the rim. But coming back to put it up and in is
Burnett.
Lauren Burnett.
Big time Burnett.
And that's a long two-pointer put up and in for, that's Kikuchi who put that one in for the Timberwolves. And that's their first basket in a long time.
That ball had so much spin on it, it looked like the spin cycle on my washer. That's one thing about Northwood. When their shots go in, they really switch. They have a lot of rotation on their shots. I don't know if that's something that coach has taught or if that's just how they shoot out there in Northwood, but their shots have a lot of rotation.
And you had mentioned that on the season they took, I think I heard you say something like 300 and some.
More like 450.
Wow, okay.
Now they're starting to get a little bit excited, Rufus. Again, at first they start out a little bit slow, then they wake up. But now it's about keeping your composure. You don't want to get so excited that you're making unnecessary mistakes.
And you don't want to keep giving this team, and that's a good foul call there. You saw it, that foul's going to go against Lawndale, and it goes against Alicia R. Boy, I got to find my other sheet that has last names for these girls. That's against number 5. That's Robinson.
Wide open shot. Again, when you give a player in a team like this that much space on the three-point line, those shots will fall.
Wow.
A little dance by Garner after the foul.
And they give the foul to Ta.
And looking at this replay, she does an excellent job of getting her feet set, and she knows the defense is coming. She knows she needs to get that shot up. Big time free throw.
So she converts 1 out of 2, makes it 21-12. We're under a minute left here in the first half. A first half which, after a slow start, has been dominated by the Lady Cardinals.
What a rebound. What a rebound by big-time Burnett.
That shot put up from distance doesn't go. Whereas the Timberwolves feature the three-pointer. It doesn't look as if though the three-pointer is quite as much a featured element of the Cardinals offense as it is of Northwood.
To give you a glimpse and a comparison, Lawndale has put up about 200 three-pointers overall this season. Northwood's put up over 450 three-point shots. And they've hit about 30% of those. So they do pretty well from the three-point line. Beautiful find.
Good defense by Northwood. That'll end the first half. But after a half, here at the Nest, the Cardinals lead at home in this first round CIF Southern Section Division 2A game by a score of 21-12. Pretty good showing for your first playoff game.
What a difference the quarter made. Lawndale came out a little timid. Maybe it was the nerves, but they woke up and they've got it going on both ends of the floor.
In that quarter, they put up 12 points to, as I say, to come from behind by 1 to now lead by 9 in a game in which they thoroughly controlled after they got unsettled. If you're Northwood, you got to look up and say, ladies, we're pretty fortunate to only be down by 9.
Absolutely, they're very fortunate, and that comes from the fact that Lawndale, as strong as they are and how successful they were in the second quarter, they still are having some issues converting down low. They're not handling the contact as well as they should, but still they're getting the opportunities down low. That's big.
They certainly are. Cut down the turnovers, finish at the rim, which they haven't done, and all of a sudden, boy, this game will easily be a blowout.
Now, we were talking about the offseason. Do you know about the pads?
No, I'm sure you're going to tell us.
I got to tell you about the pads.
Okay, when we come back from our halftime break, we'll get into that. So, fans, one more time before we go to halftime, our score here at the Cardinal Nest. Lawndale 21, the visiting Timberwolves of Northwood High 12. We'll be back for second half action in just a moment.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's 1 every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
All right, fans, welcome back here at Lawndale High School, home of the Lady Cardinals, first round of the Ford CIF Southern Section Division 2A playoffs, as the Lady Cardinals are hosting the Timberwolves of Northwood, and I'm Rufus Washington, joined by McCall Hall as our partner Lou Stowers is on assignment tonight. Wow, you talk about defense, but we'll come to that in a moment, but let's go over to Karen Bright.
Hey guys, at halftime, Coach Gibson told me that the message was just a few tweaks positioning-wise on defense, and again, ramping up that intensity in the physicality of their play and the pressure that they're applying to the other team. Back to you.
And Karen, she must have overheard us, because that's what we're about to talk about was the pressure that held Northwood to 2 points in the second quarter.
Absolutely, that press is everything. That 2-2-1 press is really causing a lot of havoc for Northwood.
And right out of the box, you got a foul against Northwood. That's Erin Matsusuyu, and that is her first foul of the game. As I noted, yes, number 44, Bethany Murphy, did have 3. They only had 2 players who committed fouls. That was Ta, number 2, she had 3, and Murphy had 3.
Beautiful find by Reginae Crandall to get Matu involved. Big time find and big time finish. I love to see that.
And we had just spoken about it, and there you saw Kamzi Mitu finishing at the rim. Wow. Boy, that ball was there for the taking, and the Lady Cardinals couldn't get their hands on it, but they get their hands on this one. And that's Reginae Crandell pushing it up, stops for the teardropper from about 12 feet out.
Very happy that Reginae Crandall kept that one. Early on in the game, she was being a little too unselfish. I'm glad she kept that one. Beautiful teardrop, beautiful finish on that 2-on-2 break.
They're going to have a foul call here. That foul's going to go against number 24. That's Lauren. That's Lauren Burnett. And that'll be her first foul of the game. I want to give a lot of credit to Ashley Calloway, who's official scorekeeper. And Ashley keeps some very good books. I mean, I asked her to score, and she ran down everything to me to perfection. So thanks a lot to Ashley Calloway, the official scorekeeper here at Lawndale High.
She likes Chipotle, Rufus. Next time you see her, have a Chipotle gift card.
Will do. Possession arrow favors the Timberwolves. See on the replay there. Again, just good hustle for the ball.
A lot of bodies on the floor. A lot of bodies on the floor. Beautiful crossover drive and dish. Can't convert, but I like the idea by Northwood. Again, Taylor Hall does an excellent job getting that rebound, getting the ball down the floor. Doesn't take too much time.
That shot put up from distance by Reginae Crandell doesn't go. Now retreating back on defense are the Lady Cardinals. Boy, they've got a trap. That's a lot of movement of the feet. No call there, but a nice put up and in by number 4, and that's Ta. Lauren, I want to say, yes, Lauren Ta.
That was a great job by Ta. She recognized that, you know, her teammates trapped down there down low. Instead of standing still and waiting for her to make something happen, she moved without the basketball.
And another basket put up and in by Kamsi Mitu, who's getting her points on the cleanup.
Now that could have been an over and back call. I know there was some contact, but I think they missed that one.
So right now, boy, a good way to find the middle. That shot put up, gonna get a foul call, which will send Murphy to the basket. Let's see what the foul goes against.
Yeah, let's check out this replay.
Fouls against Kamsi Mitu.
Yeah, Kamsi got her on the arm. Got to give a lot of credit to Murphy. She was doing an excellent job going to the low block, kind of coming up high, going to the other low block, really working that middle low post area. She was doing an excellent job of working that low post area, and now she's getting rewarded.
And going out to take a break is Crandell, and coming in for her is Zaire Nelson. Murphy's second free throw left a little bit short. Rebound by Mitu. Nelson out on the wing, boy. Her and Taylor. Now we got a turnover.
Another turnover. Now we could say that she threw it too hard, threw it too high, but the theory goes if your hands touched the ball, you could have caught it.
You should have caught it, that's right. Oh, that was kind of high.
It was kind of high, but her hands were still on the ball.
Mitu comes out to the perimeter to pressure the ball handler. That's and that was number 32 for them. I'm going to look at this one. That was Jenna Huskinson. You know, I got to tell you on a personal note, because I ref so many years of youth basketball in Irvine and at Northwood, I keep looking at their players to see if I recognize any of these young ladies from when they were 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. That shot, boy, now that was a nice jumper put up and in by Murphy.
Very nice shot. Catches it, squares up, quick release, beautiful, beautiful shot by Murphy. Now, Rufus, if you have refed against some of these girls and with some of these girls, hopefully you made the right calls because their parents all here tonight. We don't want them following you to the car.
Well, they probably not, since I'm not in stripes, they probably don't recognize me. So this disguise is working real good. And now we're going to have a foul called against Taylor Hall.
Let's take a look at this replay. Taylor Hall is moving her feet, but she's crossing her feet as well. You have to stay spread and have that space in between you and the offensive player. Her feet just got tangled up a little bit, and that caused all that contact.
3 team fouls here in the third quarter as opposed to just one. There's another turnover that's forced by that Lawndale defense. Let's see, she attacks the basket. Wow, and they're going to say player control foul against Lawndale on the attack to the basket. That was number 14. Yeah?
Oh, yeah, definitely so. Definitely an offensive foul on that play. One thing I've noticed about Garner, I have a lot of respect for her game. She's very active and very quick with her releases and with her movements, but that can also be a detriment, especially with that play right there. When the defense is collapsing on you, you have to quickly make an adjustment. And sometimes Garner can't make that adjustment as quickly as she should.
So exactly halfway through the period, our score at 27-17. Home is the Lawndale Cardinals, the Lady Cardinals. The guests are the Timberwolves of Northwood. And so far here in the quarter, they've extended that 9-point lead by yet another point. So they're keeping the distance between them and Northwood and not allowing Northwood thus far after 4 minutes to get back into this game.
No, not at all, not at all. And that will be the key for them as they close out this game. If they want to remain in the lead and get this victory, they have to keep it pretty wide.
And if you're Coach Betancourt, again, you're continuing to tell your team, just like right here, ladies, we are still in this ball game. Scored a basket for Habeba Bay. And Crandell comes back. Reginae Crandell comes back and answers that basket.
Reginae Crandell loves that floater. Northwood's going to have to make sure they close out and plug up the middle a little bit, because Reginae Crandell loves to go to the middle. And she also loves three-point shots, apparently. But she loves to go to the middle and take that floater shot.
Wow. That basket put up and in by Lauren Taw.
I think that's the fastest 4 points Northwood has had since the first quarter.
And it's the closest that they've been in a while, as they now trail only by 8 at 29-21. And that was one of the things that I was saying that Coach Betancourt has to keep reminding his players, because there's still 11 minutes of basketball time left.
Absolutely.
Plenty of time, and you're only down by 8.
And I love the fact that after those two baskets, their bench is going crazy.
Wow. And yet another basket on the inside. Scored that basket for Huskinson. And so now all of a sudden it's a 6-point ball game.
Huskinson gets that rebound with 3 players around her and gets the putback. Big time shot by Huskinson.
Wow, that shot put up and in by Crandell, and that extends the lead back out to 9.
Crandell came to play. Beautiful read by Taylor Hall to get this break going.
And of course, they wanted to run on the play. They started out running, but they turned it over. But again, 2:31 left here in the third. Our score, as you see, actually our score is 32-23 in favor of Lawndale.
Let me tell you something. Taylor Hall, I keep singing her praises. I don't think she gets a lot of credit, especially on the offensive end, but she's the catalyst for a lot of transitional baskets for Lawndale. She's doing an excellent job of that tonight. Good heads-up play by Crandell not to touch that ball.
Well, it was tipped by the defender on the shot.
Now I missed that one.
All right, well, Ron Fleming didn't miss it. That's because he was in the right spot and had his eyes in his area, and he saw it.
Right spot, right time, seasoned veteran ref.
As I mentioned, Ron Fleming, Penny McGee, a veteran, an experienced veteran crew of officials. Wow, once again, that's what we talked about, being at the rim and not finishing. That was an easy two.
Very easy two.
They get another chance. That shot put up, and now she'll shoot 2 free throws.
Again, Taylor Hall knows how to get her spacing and get positioning to get those rebounds. Definitely got hit on the arm on that shot.
And they give the foul to Jenna Huskisson.
Beautiful free throw up and in by Taylor Hall.
That's her 3rd point of the game.
Now Matu's coming back in. It'll be interesting to see how Northwood handles Matu being down low on the offensive end, because she can alter a lot of shots.
So Hall makes 1 out of 2, and that makes it back at a 10-point ball game.
Nelson coming up with a hard defense, full court press from Nelson. Nothing easy for Nelson. What a find.
Wow.
Just can't convert.
And then turns it over. A lot of ball handling now. There's some ball moving. The ball comes over to Crandell. She puts it up from distance, doesn't go. But Me Too controls the board. She gets fouled, and boy, that's going to be number 4 on Bethany Murphy.
Now that's a tough foul and a hard foul for Northwood. Murphy has done a pretty good job this game down low. She might need to take a quick little break.
Wow. Well, it looks like, hold on, looks like he may have given it to, we don't see the back. Okay, now we see the back end. Boy, he gave that foul to number 32 officially. Boy, I thought it was Bethany Murphy for sure, but instead take it away from Bethany Murphy and give it over to Huskinson.
That's definitely a blessing for Northwood, because they need Murphy in the game.
So they make 1 out of 2 on that, and we'll see the replay in a second to see who was actually shooting the free throws while we were getting the foul situation straight. We know that basket put up and in by Zaire Nelson.
Zaire Nelson's a big-time player, too. Coach Gibson mentioned, you know, he has a few girls on his team that can score. Zaire Nelson is certainly one of them.
36-23 is our score, 13-point game. Another turnover forced by the Lady Cardinals.
Hey, smart play by Nelson. She realized, I've got too many people around me. There's nowhere for me to go with this basketball. Just throw it off of somebody and get it going again.
Now a couple of late substitutes coming in for both teams. Coach Betancourt takes Murphy out with her 3 fouls, not wanting to risk that 4th one here in the last 35 seconds. Clock finally starts to run. That shot put up from the outside, no good. Taken down by the Timberwolves. Only about a 1 second difference between the shot clock and game clock.
Odie's playing excellent defense, excellent defense.
Ball knocked out of bounds, but it's a Lady Cardinal was the one that knocked it out.
Judging off of this replay, let's see. Couldn't really tell from that camera angle, but it looks like Taylor Hall got a piece of it. And all you have to get is a piece for it to be counted against you. Northwood with the basketball.
So Northwood still trying to get away. The last shot of the quarter down to 2 seconds left. And there's a shot clock violation.
That's one of those situations. I'm looking over at their bench. I'm looking at their coach. Shot clock is winding down, and they're inbounding the ball. At that point, that's when your bench and your coach need to be the most vocal to make sure their team knows the clock situation.
Wow.
Did they make up for it?
No, okay. Well, and they almost, boy, you talk about a letdown, a momentary letdown by the Lady Cardinals there, you know, on what was a gimme. And that just shows you the kind of team that Northwood is, and a lot of teams. I mean, play to the whistle. They never gave up. Almost had a shot at a basket right there in the last 1.4 seconds. Didn't convert, but again, they showed great gamesmanship and being in the game.
Absolutely. That's one thing that you have to give Northwood a lot of credit for. They have come out from the jump this game playing very hard. And again, they were coming off of 3 losses. Their attitude could have been totally different. Their attitude could have been completely different, but they have rallied as a team to keep this game very interesting. Never say die attitude.
Never say die. And so it's now, after 3 quarters, a commanding lead for the Lady Cardinals as they lead 36-23 here on CityTV Sports. And it looks like they'll be on defense to start the 4th.
Or maybe they'll be on offense. Looks like
okay. Well, they threw us a curve the way we were standing. I thought the ball was going in the other direction.
You and me both.
And now on the floor, for the first time, is number 3, Talia Jones. Talia is one of the captains of this team. And right at the box, there's a turnover coming the other way. Put up and in by number 4, Lauren Todd.
Beautiful steal, beautiful finish. Again, never say die attitude. Northwood felt the pain. They felt like they missed out on 2 great opportunities during the 3rd quarter. They came out strong right now during the 4th.
And what you've had 2 trips up and down the floor, and the clock never moved. It just looked up, and it was 8 minutes left on it. And they're saying, okay, let's bring it down to, let's see if they stay at 7:40.
Good catch, Rufus.
Good catch. Actually, a good catch by Ryan Fleming, but he's the one getting paid to catch that stuff. I'm getting paid just to say, just to say what I see happening on the floor.
Let me tell you something. You've earned every penny in this song.
Good ball movement by the Lady Cardinals. Didn't result in the basket. Boy, that was a foul. They got away, and now we're going to get one underneath.
Now, let's look at this replay. Now, Matu going to the line, was that really a foul or was that a makeup? Because I know Taylor Hall got hit on that shot.
And that foul.
Well, that's also a legitimate foul.
Yeah, and that foul went against number 44, and that now was her 4th. So Matu at the line to shoot 2.
Free throws are going to be key for Matu as her career advances. She's so tall. When she gets the ball down low, all you can do is hit her. All you can do is make contact with her because she's so much taller than the opposition. So that's something that she's going to have to incorporate more into her game because she's going to get the contact.
This is a pair there.
Another steal by Taylor Hall. In a beautiful finish.
Basket.
I thought she was going to dunk it, Rufus. I don't know about you, but I think she was trying to play it safe.
Always better to take the sure layup.
Absolutely. Smart play by Taylor Hall. And beautiful steal by Reginae Crandall coming down the lane. And you know what she wants to do.
She
that
goes
floater.
to the basket, gets her own rebound, and she's going to get called for the travel. A lot of movement on the inside. Good call by the official. This is the number 5 ranked team, this Lawndale Lady Cardinals team in Division 2A. They've played pretty good, but if they're going to play at a championship level, they're going to have to pick it up just a notch, though.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the playoffs. When you're first coming out of the gate, your competition typically, if you're a top team, is not at your level, especially across the board. They might have spurts of greatness, but typically these lower seed teams are not a full game competitive type team. They're going to have to clean it up, though, if they want to go deep in these playoffs.
That last foul was against Kamsi Matu, and there's your girl Hall again, boy, but she throws that one away.
I don't know. I'm going to have to ask her after the game. We might be cousins. Her game reminds me a lot of myself when I was playing. Very active on the defensive end. I love it.
Well, and that's a sign of good coaching. When you get players to buy into, as we well know, there's some programs and some coaches at every level who stress defense first.
Absolutely.
And, of course, we've seen that here in the local area on the boys' side for years with the Losinger teams, the other teams. And this is obviously one of those teams, and Coach Gibson stresses defense by his girls. As you see them stepping out now, playing on top of the ball, close to drawing a 5-second count.
Look out. Way to convert on that 1-on-3 break. Reginae Crandall, big-time player.
Leading scorer tonight by a whole bunch for either team is Reginae Crandall.
She puts up 14 a game, so she knows how to put the ball in the basket.
Wow, and again, that's what you see in this Northwood team, keeping their hands active, drawing the foul on that play.
Now looking at it.
Yep, that was Reginae.
Now Reginae Crandall got that call because she swung at the ball. A lot of times if you know that the player is going to the basket, get your hands up, get your feet moving, but don't necessarily swing at the shot. It makes it too easy for the ref to make that call against you.
So that three throw put up and in by Rebecca Yoshinaka. She had a three-pointer in the first period, hadn't scored since until that free throw, and she knocks down a pair. (41-26) our score, 5:13 left. Let's see if this Lady Timberwolf team has one more run left in them. Not if they're going to do that, if they're going to give Reginae Crandall inside looks. Must have been a correction on the scoreboard because now the score shows as 40-27.
A lot of movement. They finally get some air and they finally get some space.
Right. And Coach Gibson calls for a timeout. I'm sure his teammates, and sometimes players don't understand that coaches actually ask for it a second or two sometimes before the official awards it.
Right.
They're like, Coach, I was about to lay the ball up.
It's like, hey, but I already knew I needed that timeout.
And see, it's right about there, I'm sure, that the coach is signaling for the timeout before it's awarded, although you'll see the play going here. There's the pass toward the post. So we'll correct the score. The score now shows that it's 42-27 with 4:40 left here in the contest. Largest lead of the ball game for the Lady Cardinals in a first-round game in which they have just after a slow start, the first 5 minutes of the game or so, they've just controlled it the rest of the way.
Now, Rufus, excellent point. They are controlling it now. For some teams, it is a struggle when you get that kind of big lead. Sometimes they become a little lackadaisical. This is a key teaching moment for Coach Gibson. If they want to go deep in the playoffs, they really need to keep their foot on the gas. It's not about this game, but it's about the game after, the game after that. They need to make sure they're applying pressure for the entire game, all 4 quarters.
Right, because it doesn't get any easier from here, that's for sure.
Definitely not.
Crandall with the right idea. Her teammate just not ready. That was Alicia Robinson, who didn't have her hands in the catch position.
Lovely crossover by Ta. Very much a heads-up play, just couldn't convert. And they're getting a lot of those. I'm actually a little bit shocked by the success of Northwood being able to get into the lane tonight. I didn't think they would be able to do that as well as they have. They just haven't been able to convert.
Here's a steal by Burnett. She rolls to the basket and puts it in. Score the basket. I said Burnett, that's Zaire Nelson.
Absolutely, Zaire Nelson. Again, another big-time player. Crandall taking advantage of that slip on the floor. Ooh, with the hesitation, couldn't quite make it go down, but a beautiful play in the process.
Well, and along the way, I think that was number 1, Matsusuyu, who made a business decision when she saw Regine coming at her. Let's think I will olay this one. I see crashing the board there was number 44.
Definitely a crash. Number 4, Taz, limping a little. A lot of contact down there. Hopefully she's all right. Rufus, I have to tell you, you have the nicest manicure, and man being the key here. Very nice set of nails.
Well, thank you much. It is an investment.
You reminded me I need to go to the nail shop tomorrow.
Well, I got to tell you, when I didn't have a dime to my name, I still read Gentleman's Quarterly. Yeah, I just looked at the pictures and dreamed that one day you have a foul call.
Hey, it's all paid off for you, Rufus.
It's going to be a 1-and-1, and they're going to give that foul to Regine Crandall, and that'll be her second. But it's a 1-and-1 for going to the line. Matsusuyu will be shooting.
Another big-time rebound by Taylor Hall. Well, let's see what Crandall does in this half-court set.
17-point lead at 44-27.
Regine Crandall did an excellent job of moving without that basketball. Did it go in? No. But again, big-time players do big-time plays, and they have a big-time court awareness. Regine Crandall recognized nobody's moving. Let me make the cut to the rim.
Continued ball movement by Northwood, and scoring the basket for him was number 15, Yoshinaka. Wow.
That was so pretty, so pretty. Regine Crandall had to keep her hand up on that shot. She knew it was going in.
And we'll get you her totals in a moment.
I would say right now Taylor Hall has at least 12 rebounds. My count might be off, but she has definitely contributed on the boards.
And Regine Crandall has 19 points on the night so far.
And she's earned every one of them. Nothing has come easy for Regine Crandall tonight. She's earned every point.
And Alicia Robinson goes off as Yvette Patterson comes on. And remember, this is a junior dominant team. There are only 3 seniors on this team.
That's a great point, Rufus. And that's one of those things where no matter when your season ends, you still look at your teammates and you know we're coming back next year. We're going to get better. We're going to get stronger. This is a very dangerous Lawndale squad because they're good now.
They
Just
are
imagine
good now.
next
Exactly.
year. Oh, man, Rufus, let me tell you. You know what I call that? When the ball gets stuck between the rim and the backboard, that's called a basketball wedgie. Who's going to get it out? Who's going to get out the basketball wedgie? Kudos to the ref for taking care of that. I hate those plays.
Well, and I will tell you, I'm one of those refs that I don't do that because I don't like the embarrassment. I'm serious. I always hand the ball to a player. Hey, go do it. You know. because
Tricks of
you
the
know
trade.
you do it and you throw it up and then it doesn't come out. In fact, you push it in harder. Crandall's shot from distance doesn't go.
Crandall's feeling it. She wasn't feeling it earlier, but you're seeing a whole nother level of confidence and swagger to her offensive game right now. Unselfish play by Nelson to give it up to Crandall. Could have gone either way. That's called teamwork. That's called teamwork, and that's called chemistry.
And you're right. I mean, and she, because it was a 2-on-none.
Yeah, 2-on-none.
She could have easily taken it herself. And I give her a lot of credit. And I like the defense that Zaire Nelson plays as well.
And with those fancy Kobe Bryant shoes Zaire Nelson's wearing, she probably could have dunked it. Those are some snazzy kicks. If I had to give out an award for kicks of the night, it goes to Zaire Nelson.
Now coming on the floor is number 1, Brainisha Donnell. And both coaches starting to go down to the far end of their bench, as this one is no longer in doubt at 48-31. These Lady Cardinals are going to advance to the second round, and if you believe in the analytics of it, you got to assume that sitting there waiting for them in the second round is going to be Mayfair. Now, they both are hosting tonight, and if it's Mayfair, that's a coin flip situation, and we don't know the result of the coin flip right now, but the Lady Cardinals could very well be back at home here on Saturday night.
Wow.
And at worst, they'll only be in Lakewood at Lakewood Mayfair.
Well, it's always nice to have a home game. And before we get out of here, just got to give a lot of credit to Northwood. They played a really hard game. And right now, you know, for them, just make some memories in these last 45 seconds. Make some memories.
Exactly. Well, we've got a couple of memories of our own to make. As we mentioned to you, that shot put up and in by Matsui, because obviously this is the last time we'll be seeing Northwood this season. But more importantly, as the seconds wind down, for our dear friend and colleague, as we mentioned, Karen Bright, who's moving on to a brighter future, if you will.
Absolutely.
All right. Up in Eureka with ABC. It's just so wonderful when people are able to realize their career ambitions. And I know for Karen, this was one, and we're also very happy for her.
Very happy for her and very deserving. Karen Bright has worked her tail off. So we wish her nothing but the best up there in Eureka. And hey, we might have to take a road trip, Rufus.
Absolutely.
Rufus and McCall hit the road.
There you go. And before Karen gets out of here, fans, we're going to get a chance to talk to her as a part of this telecast. But right now, we're preparing to wind down the last 4.4 seconds. So they just announced it. So Lawndale's final, they're friends. So our final, 48-34. Good to see you, Ron. Okay. Again, the officials, well, it doesn't often happen, but two friends of mine, folks I've known for years, Ron Fleming and Penny McGee, both of whom did a great job. And once again, the final, as we were saying, 48-34, the Lady Cardinals in a game that after the first 5 minutes, it's a what, 4 times 8, 32-minute game.
Absolutely.
So you take 5 from that. So the last 27 minutes,
Absolutely.
they dominated the ball game,
Absolutely.
to say the least.
I'm sure they would like to just forget that first 5 minutes.
Right. So, wow, congratulations. Congratulations. We can't say it too many times for a program that has been on the rise. And this win tonight is reflective of just how far they've come. Coach Gibson talked to us about it over the last 3 years. We know we're going to have Coach Gibson in a couple of moments with with Karen Bright. But your thoughts, how do you crystallize this experience for ladies basketball here in the city of Lawndale, and in particular Lawndale High and Lusinger High and Hawthorne High, all of whom were in the playoffs tonight?
I mean, this is big for them. And, you know, granted, they started the game slow, right? It didn't start off the way we thought it was going to start off. But the fact is, both teams came out, played really hard. You love to see that. You don't want to see a game become so out of reach. You don't want to see a game become so out of reach that it's boring for the fans. It was really entertaining for the fans.
McCall, let's go over to Karen Bright, who has Coach Gibson with her.
All right, Coach, what started out as kind of slow turned into a pretty decisive win. How did you get the girls to pick up the speed and really take over the game?
I just pretty much told them that, you know, we got to pretty much play to our strengths, which has been our strength all year, which is play some defense and pick the intensity up on the defensive end. But just got that into their system, into their mind, to actually go out there and play with some aggressiveness.
Now, you guys did struggle a little bit in the beginning. What do you think that was because?
I think pregame jitters, playoffs. I just think they probably came in a little too prepared. I think so. And a lot of it had to do with the jitters, though, pregame, playoff jitters.
Now, from the sideline I was on, by the end of the game, they looked like they had their flow, they had their rhythm, they looked great. How do you feel about their performance tonight?
I feel great. I mean, like I said, it's been a long time coming for us at Lawndale. It's been forever. I've been here 6 years, and this group is by far my best. I think they're ready. They're ready for the next level.
All right, well, we can't wait to see them. Congratulations. Back to you guys.
All right, and we know that Karen also has one of the Lady Cardinals in, so while she's getting her ready, we'll take just a quick moment. Looks like she may be ready now, and if Karen's ready, we're ready to take it, throw it over to her.
All right, so it was kind of crazy game in the beginning. You guys started out slow. What was going on in the beginning of the game?
I feel like we were a little too excited and we were trying to take it all in, and I feel like later on in the game we picked it up and calmed down a little bit and got better.
Was there anything that helped you guys pick it up, turned it around?
I feel like when we started scoring and the game started going, we just calmed down and got better at it.
All right, and you guys have one round of the playoffs under your belt. How does that feel?
It was great. I've never passed that first round, so it feels great to pass the first round.
All right, well, congratulations. We look forward to seeing you in the next round.
Thank you.
Back to you guys. Congrats.
All right, and if the face looks familiar, that's because it should be to you if you're a Lawndale fan.
Absolutely.
Because you've seen her around here a long time. That was Kamsi Me Too, and I'm sure you recognize the last name, and yes, that was Chimezi's sister. Her parents in the stands tonight. Chimezi just having a big season up at SC, but tonight this was about his little sister. I'm sure if it wasn't for practice or either a game or something, he would be here tonight cheering her on.
Oh, absolutely. But see, that's the beauty of what we do. We're giving a lot of exposure to women's basketball down here in the South Bay, so he'll catch the replay.
Absolutely. You know, and we'll need to take a moment to do our player of the game and our first ever ladies tip of the hat.
Ooh, it better be a good one
tonight. So, hey folks, we're going to take a quick break here on CityTV Sports. And we may even have another player or two. Maybe we'll see Reginae Crandell or Lauren Taylor. I think as Taylor Hall.
Yeah, I would love to hear from Taylor Hall too.
As one of our other players, hopefully. So, stay right where you are. We're going to be back in a moment, either with more player interviews and certainly with our awards, our player of the game, and tip of the hat, right here on CityTV.
Hi, I'm Donnell Beverly from the University of Connecticut, home of the 2011 National Championship UConn Huskies basketball team, and your Lusinger Olympians.
Beverly around the back, follow-away jumper, good, beautiful shot.
It wasn't too long ago that I was playing basketball right here.
I just want to thank him for having me here. I'm honored to play here.
And the Huskies are the top dog in 2011.
Winning the NCAA championship has always been a goal of mine, but so is getting a great education that will last me a lifetime. You can achieve your goals too. All you have to do is work hard and dream hard, and you can do anything you put your mind to.
All right, welcome back, fans. We're here at Lawndale High School. Just to remind you, our final, the Lady Cardinals defeat the Timberwolves, the Lady Timberwolves of Northwood High School by a final of 48-34 in this first round CIF 2016 Division 2A game. So they continue their march toward what they hope will be a championship run, and it took a good first step tonight. Want to take a minute, though, and step away from the game. As you can see right in the screenshot, our colleague, friend who's been with us the last couple of years, Karen Bright, has done sideline work along with the rest of the crew and done a great job, even as you saw tonight. Well, Karen has big news. She's moving on to bigger and better things, and we just want to take a moment here with you just to say, first of all, hey, Karen, congratulations and best wishes, and thanks for everything. And tell us a little bit about what you're going to be doing.
Thanks, guys. I'm going to be going up to Northern California to Eureka. I'm going to be anchoring news and starting the sports program up there for ABC 23.
Awesome, awesome. Now tell us about that. When do you take off? When's your first day? Where can we catch you online as well?
All right, well, it's kind of crazy. I'm taking off on Thursday, so in a week I'll be packing up and moving out there, driving all the way up north. I think it's about 9 or 10 hours drive. So I'll be heading out there, and after that, I'm not sure. I guess when I get there, I'll be able to send links and send more info.
Absolutely. We'll definitely follow you online. Make sure we have all your Instagram and all your Snapchats and all that.
Definitely, and maybe I can even cameo down here when I'm in LA.
Oh, we'd love to. And I'm sure, though, for you personally, this has to be an exciting opportunity, and for your family as well. I'm sure when you told everybody and it all came together, I can just imagine it was a huge cheer, celebration, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, everyone's so excited. I'm so excited. It's a huge opportunity, and I can't wait to start it. It's a little bittersweet, though, because I love the Lawndale family, and I love working with you guys, so it's always hard to say goodbye.
I'm sentimental. Do you have a favorite memory from Lawndale City TV?
Every game is a favorite memory. There's always something. It feels like every game is, while they're so similar, they're also so different, and it's just through every experience we've had, it's just been amazing working with this crew.
Well, I certainly want to say, and there are folks who aren't here tonight who, on assignment on behalf of Lou and Sebastian and Tammy and even Angela and the others who all of us that have worked with you over the last 2 years. It's been a delight and a pleasure to work with a consummate professional, and we know you're going to do big things there. And I don't know how, I'm still from the Rabbit Ear era, so I don't quite know how to tune in the Channel 23. Is it up there?
Yeah, but it's up there. So I'll send a link, and then McCall, I'm going to designate you. You're going to have to help Rufus.
I'll be the official Karen Bright correspondent, okay?
Right.
But wait, before we get out of here, you have to give all of your Twitter and social media information so we can follow you online.
Yes. You know what? I'm actually sure that it's going to be changing because they're going to want to tag me with the station, either call letters or numbers. So it's going to be changing probably in about a week or two.
Okay.
So I'll have to send it to you. Maybe if there's playoffs still going on, you guys can flash me a little shout out.
We'll do. And I got to tell you, for whatever it's worth, if you believe in superstition, 23 is my favorite number, so I know that's going to work out well for you. Also, there was another guy who wore 23, and he did pretty doggone good.
LeBron James?
a guy who did even better than he did. But anyway, fans, right here, Karen Bright, our own Karen. Karen, best of luck to you. Thanks for everything, and we know we'll all be in touch. And when the fans ask, we'll let them know where you are. All right?
Thanks so much.
Great, thank you. There you have it, fans. Karen Bright. Moving on to ABC, Eureka. But she's been a mainstay here at CityTV Sports for the past couple of years, and we wish her the very best. Let's take another quick break, and when we come out of that break, we're going to give you some final stats and our player of the game and tip of the hat award winner right here on CityTV Sports.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
All right, we're back, fans, and let's do a quick score and recap, and then we're going to give you what these ladies have waited for as much as anybody else, and that's a player of the game and a tip of the hat award winner. Going through quickly for the scoring for you for the Timberwolves of El Segundo. They were led by number 1, that's Erin Matsusuyu. She had 8 points, along with Lauren Ta. Also chipping in 2 was Kikuchi, along with Hibabe. 7 points was Yoshinaka, Rebecca Yoshinaka, one of the seniors on their team. And Huskinson with 4, and Bethany Murphy, who's a big inside presence, who had a lot of foul trouble the whole game, only had 3 points on the night. They finished with a total of 34. On the other side of the ledger were the Lady Cardinals, and boy, they got a lot of scoring from a number of different players. Actually, they had 7 players who contributed on the board, and we'll run through those real quickly. Renisha Donnell had 2. No, she didn't. Jasmine Odie had the 2 points. With 5 points was Taylor Hall. Chipping in 8 was Zaire Nelson. With 21, the big gun, Regine Crandall. Kamsi Mitu had a bucket. Lauren Burnett chipped in with 9, and also Monia Garner with a point on a free throw. And so that closed out their scoring. And now, that which they waited for, because they're sitting at home watching. They're like, okay, get to it.
This is the best part of the night.
So let's start with it. Our player of the game, and I'll let you announce her. We just talked about the fact that she had 21 points and just really was an offensive effort for the Lady Cardinals.
Absolutely. Player of the game, Regine Crandall. We know that she's a big-time player. She knows she's a big-time player, and tonight she proved it to the rest of the CIF in the South Bay. Regine Crandall did an excellent job coming out of the gate. She's aggressive. At first, she didn't come out hitting her shots, but once she got in her rhythm, once she got that flow going, once she was able to penetrate the middle, the game opened up, and it became very easy for her.
And you're right. And our Tip of the Hat Award winner, and this, of course, and actually, I was on a flight just on Tuesday, and I saw a young lady on the flight that I was on, and I talked to her about it. And she actually had on this particular hat. This, of course, is a Bailey.
It's a fine hat.
And it's called a pork pie. That's the style of hat that it is. But anyway, tonight's lady, first ever lady Tip of the Hat Award winner, the Lady Cardinal. And there were a couple of ladies who were right there in the running for this one, but I'm a guy who loves defense, and I got to say, although both of them played good defense, in the end, Zaire Nelson, number 10. Not only did she score 9 points on the night, I believe, or 8 points actually, 8 points on the night, but played great defense. We saw a couple of her efforts right here, right in front of us, where she was on ball. Her on-ball defense was excellent, forced a number of turnovers that set up easy baskets for her teammates.
Absolutely, and to your point, on-ball defense is great. On-ball defense is very hard when you have to pick them up full court, but Zaire Nelson never feared away and scared away from that. She picked him up from baseline to baseline the entire game.
Zaire, here is your Tip of the Hat Award. You are the Tip of the Hat Award winner for the Lady Cardinals win tonight. So with that, we'll tell you one more time. The Lady Cardinals win by a score of 48-34 over the Northwood Timberwolves, and I believe we heard them tell us, just so you know, fans, that on Saturday night they'll be going over to Mayfair High School to take on the Monsoons. And if you're a Lawndale fan, that's only right down the road. It's only about 12 miles, folks. Just get on the 91 freeway, get off at Lakewood Boulevard, and you're right there, okay? Go out, support these ladies. And tomorrow night, guess what else? We get to see the Cardinals again, because we get to see the Cardinal boys play Temple City in a second-round CIF game, because they pulled off a big first-round upset against Torrance.
Absolutely. Rufus, what a time to be alive in a Lawndale Cardinal fan, right?
Hey, there's nothing like it. It's a beautiful time. It's been beautiful for all of our Lawndale City teams. 5 of the 6 teams are making playoff appearances.
That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. It's great for the parents, it's great for the community, and it's great for that next generation of players to watch and see. This atmosphere is electric.
Absolutely.
The future is very bright.
Great. So with that, fans, hey, once again, our final 48-34 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. It's been a pleasure, and we'll see you the next time. So for CityTV Sports, our producer Tom Strickfadden, and the fine crew that works with him from top to bottom, 4-time award-winning, as Lou would say if he were here, CityTV Sports crew. I'm Rufus Washington from McCall Hall and Karen Bright saying good night.